Hi guys, welcome to Asher and Gad channel, making Africa home again, one family at a time. So I'm here to bring you today really just a brief chat regarding artisans, dealing with artisans and also snagging or inspections in general. Now, what I'm about to say applies to some artisans, not all Ghanaian artisans. Although I use the word some in quotes because having spoken to quite a number of people building, that some seems to be quite a high percentage. But yeah, if you are building in Ghana, after this video, comment below. Let me know if you agree that some is a high percentage or only a few of the artisans. So what I found is, dealing with the Tyler, dealing with some of the other guys as well. Quite a few of them, they obviously they're very good to get to initially. They want the job, obviously, they're eager, they get their initial advance. Some is 70%, some is even higher. It depends. But in our experience with some of the ones we've dealt with, they do the job up to about 95%. But that last 5% seems to be a challenge. Yeah, that last 5% seems to be difficult, for some of them. They seem to do the 95% and then they want to run off to the next job, which is why I always say staged payments. It doesn't matter how small the remainder of the work is, you must always use and agree staged payments, always. Because if they've got money outstanding, then you've got something to hold them with. Let me give you an example. So with my Tyler, I remember, I think maybe I was a real pain for him, but they told me they had finished, but they hadn't finished. There was still quite a bit of grouting outstanding. So I went around in every single location, sent him pictures, videos of grouting missing around the windows, and everywhere I could find. And I think he did them all. Obviously, at some point, I think he was getting a bit annoyed with me, but I'm paying you to do a job 100%, not 95%. So did it all around, and everything was fine. And I was about to pay him. Then I asked him a question. Now, just look at the picture on your screen. You will notice in the bathrooms you've got towels, right? So the towels from the bottom to the top, but there's a small gap in between the top towel and the POP ceiling, or the white ceiling. So I asked the Tyler, are you not going to grab that little gap there? And he told me, no, the POP guy will do that when he's doing the Andre. He will apply a POP cement to sort of fill that gap. Now, I'm not a Tyler or a POP expert, so I took his word for it. Okay, no worries, fine. So now I paid him the full amount, and then he went his way. Now, a couple of weeks later, the Andre, the guy, the POP guy comes to do the Andre and the skimming, and he tells me that no. That is almost always, in fact, that's always, not even almost always, that's always the Tyler's work. The Tyler had to put grouting in between the last tile, top of the last tile, and that POP ceiling that you saw in the picture. 100% is the Tyler's work. The builder happened to be around that day. I asked him as well. He also agreed 100% it is the Tyler's work. So what happens is, guys, if no one knows everything. So, but if you don't know something in this building game or business, let's say, they'll try and pull a fast one over you. Try and do 97, 95%, and then run away to the next job, save money or whatever. You see, this is what I'm talking about. So now I am chasing the Tyler again. Obviously, in this time without the bonus of having some money back, because I already paid him the full amount, because I guess I trusted what he told me. But having said that, I've contacted him and he has assured me, this was about 4 days ago, that they'll come back and do the grouting. Still hasn't happened yet. Obviously, as business happens, obviously I will not be high on their priority list, because they've already got their money and they're working elsewhere. But I will keep on chasing him down until I get him to come back and do what he was supposed to do, the grouting on top of the tiles. Fortunately, where I live, I do see him every now and again, because he works around. So hopefully I should be able to bump into him sooner rather than later. So my point is, guys, you have to stay on the ball, really stay on the ball. So with that experience, I decided to tighten my belt, really tighten my belt when it came to the next artisan in terms of inspection against stage payments, and that was the kitchen consultant. Okay, again, we really took our time, you know, to snag the kitchen cabinets. You know, we brought this guy to where we live now. Where we live now is a very nice estate, and the kitchen cabinets are superb. We brought him here, showed him exactly what we wanted, the quality we expected. He agreed to do it. Happy days. And the finished product is good. I have to say it's good. Okay, it's good. Obviously, as he was going through it, we inspected. Another thing, just like I talk about stage payments, let your inspection be regular. Don't leave everything until the last day when they tell you they're finished, because you know, as human beings, you may not pick up every single thing on the last day. So when they're, let's say, I don't know, let's say they're 70% complete, go around, inspect. You know, let your observations go out there to the artisans so that they know, okay, you're on the ball, you're checking. They know, you know what you want, and you're not just any old person who has not got a clue or a Scooby about buildings. So let your inspections be regular. Okay, so we were doing regular inspections, sending him videos, having communication on WhatsApp, so he knew that you know, we were on the ball. And in fact, his own words were saying, well, he's never had such a, let's say, an intense inspection or critique of his work. And to be fair, he's a good guy. He appreciated that critique, and he said he's really learned a lot from that, and his next job will be even better. So that's great, and that's a great outcome. Really, it's really good. What I'm going to show you now, I'm going to stop talking, and I'm going to show you a couple of videos that I sent our kitchen consultant, so that he would just to communicate what we wanted, especially with regards to the Lazy Susan, for example. So here's that video. Have a watch for yourself. Rami, a couple of minor things we spotted. Look, when you open this cupboard, this is the Lazy Susan cupboard, right? This handle interferes with this handle, like it blocks it. Can you see that? So please, this handle, lift it up slightly. I would lift it up slightly so that this can go straight over to here without interfering with that one. Okay, adjust that or adjust that one. But I would say adjust this one. But obviously,
no, I think the one on the side needs to be adjusted.
Okay.
It's a bit hidden.
Oh, it's a bit hidden. Okay, maybe adjust this one. But obviously, if you adjust this one, you have to adjust this one as well, so they're two at the same height. Maybe they need to go higher,
Well,
slightly higher.
I think they've already screwed something there, so it's gonna leave a hole.
Well, he can find a way of covering the hole. Yeah, okay. But yeah, because also look, come and zoom in for him quickly.
Yeah,
it's scratching. It's because it's hitting it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bang, bang, bang.
It's not good.
It's not good.
Yeah.
It's not good. So that needs to be sorted. Right. Also, Rami, don't forget the LED strip under here. You're going to change it. We want pure white, the brightest white possible. 4,000 Kelvin, whatever you can. Pure white, not multicolors. You said you're going to change it. So I'm trusting that you're going to bring that tomorrow. Pure white. And the final snag that this one Crystal pointed out, and is very important. You know, when we have cabinets where we are, even in other places as well, you always have screw covers. Okay, if you look here, for example, it's easier. We don't want the screws looking like this because it's not professional, not really good. Look at that screw. No, you can get a screw cover. It just slots in here and it's a nice smooth cover, looking the same color as the cabinet. Okay, so that all these screws are not exposed, especially the ones that you can see. Yeah, these screws here, these screws here. Yeah. We're not you know, that screw there, 6 of them there. We're not worried about the screws we can't see, but the ones that can be seen need to have screw covers on them. Okay, so that's it. The final snags. All right. Well, hope you enjoyed that. That was an example of communication that I gave to him. You know, here's another video. So again, watch for yourself. To give it, I'm just trying to help those who don't have an idea of how to snag or how to inspect. This is your building, your asset, your financial investment. Inspect it to your heart's desire. Make sure you get what you want. So here's another one. This is our Lazy Susan cupboard. You can see I'm opening it here, opening straight. So you can see, yes, it is hitting it, but it is not causing any damage. It's almost level. You can see that it is fine. It's not like your one at our home. This one is almost coming over that and scratching it, you know, but it's not doing the same here. So just compare that. Now let's look at the Lazy Susan. If Chris comes out here, so again I'm doing the bottom one, and it comes out. Okay, this one has a twist to it, which ours doesn't, but that's fine. I'm not too worried about it. But you can see it's coming out without too much force. Our one doesn't come out. I tried it on site. The bottom one does not come out because this cabinet is not fixed properly and it's impeding here. So that needs to be fixed. Okay. That's fine. So this one also comes out nicely as well. Bit of force, it comes out here. So that's fine. So it's all about fixing this door, Rami. Fixing this door. Give it a push. Yeah. Fixing this door so that it's aligning properly with this one and not causing friction for the Lazy Susan cupboard as we have here. All right. Awesome. Thank you. Right. Yes. You see? Look here as well. No screws. No screws shown. I'm trying to see if they've got a screw cover, but I can't see. But there are no screws. We can't see any screws. Yeah. So either you have a screw cover, or you have maybe a fascia that goes on it. Yeah. But no screw covers. No screws. You can't see the screws. The screws are all covered. All right. So hopefully that that sheds some light and it will help you when you start to do your inspections. Here are a few images on your screen, a few further messages that I sent to the kitchen consultant as well about, you know, some misalignment, I guess. My wife, Crystal, she did very well here. She picked up the screw cap thing. Now, let me talk about that. Again, I'm not sure what came to him, but for the majority of the cabinets, he screwed it from the inside, which is perfect, very professional. You know, you don't want to see screws on the outside. You screw from inside so that the outside of the cabinet is nice and smooth. But unfortunately, you know, if there were 10 cabinets, there were 2 where for some strange reason, he went to screw on the outside, which wasn't very nice. So therefore we communicated with him. He has now brought in screw caps. Obviously, once you make the mistake of screwing from the outside, you can't take the screws out unless you leave gaping holes. So the good thing is there are screw caps available in the same color as the cabinet. So he's now come and put the screw caps into those screw positions. So you can't see the screws now, just on the 2 cabinets. So we're fine with that. That is good. And also he's brought in the LED strip light that we asked for. The first one he brought wasn't really what we wanted. It was multicolored. We don't want multicolored in the kitchen. We just want pure white. So he's brought that in. So those 2 outstanding issues. Again, I withheld about 770 odd Ghana cedis. I withheld until he came all the way back to fit the screw caps and to give me the LED light strip that we wanted. Okay, you know, again, guys, you know, great communication. We had a good relationship, but you know, you have to get what you want. This is your investment. No issues. You have to get what you want. Communicate, and you be fine. Okay. At the end of the day, we have what we want, and you know, the kitchen cabinet guy has gained even more experience of his work. I mean, he's already competent, so this has been good for him as well. Okay, so that really is all I wanted to say regarding the artisans and snagging. Make sure you're on the ball. Micromanage. I've watched. Wow, micromanaging isn't a good thing, but unfortunately, if you're building in Ghana, you have to micromanage. I'm sorry, don't care what anybody says. I've spoken to enough people who are building, yeah, and the testimonies that are relevant are from people who are building, people who are actually in that experience, and they also say micromanaging is important. If you don't micromanage, you will come back to a horror show. I know somebody, one of our subscribers commented and said, you know, somebody was building from overseas, and they came back and had to literally, I'm not kidding, they had to literally break down about half of the house and rebuild. Literally. And that is horrible. Absolutely horrible. So micromanaging, unfortunately, is a necessity. And, you know, at some point you need to be on the ground to see what is being built for you. Okay? Right. So just to give an update on the painting. We talked about painting in our last video. And if you haven't watched our last video, guys, it's almost time for painting. That's what the title. If you haven't watched it, just click up here and watch it for yourself. Okay, so it's a nice video to give you an idea of our initial painting thoughts, let's say. So in that video, I talked about, we went to Coral and Accra to do, and the guy said, oh, you only need 4 20-liter buckets for your whole house internally. Okay, happy days. I thought, oh, that's not bad. Each bucket is 810 cedis. I thought, oh yes, 4 times 810, you know, 3,240 cedis. Okay, fine. But then I spoke to the painter. I said, no way. If you want it to look great, emulsion, you know, acrylic a washable paint on the walls, you will need between 10 and 12 20-liter buckets of paint. And I was arguing with him. I said, well, how is that possible? How can the supplier tell me I only need 4 and you tell me 10 to 12? But I asked another painter who said I need about 9 and 10. And then fortunately, one of you great subscribers commented below and said, yeah, he thinks I'll need about 10 to 11. His house is bigger than mine, and he used about 15. So wow, that really shocked me, because obviously the budget from what I expected after speaking to Coral obviously is much more significant now, because now just the buckets alone, okay, when I looked at 10 to 12 buckets at 810 Ghana cedis plus the labor cost, I haven't selected the painter yet, but I'm very, very close to doing so. I can tell you that the budget for the painting internally, okay, and this is just the walls, by the way. This is just the walls. We are looking at between 11,500 and 14,000 Ghana cedis, okay, for the internal wall painting materials and labor. Okay, I haven't added the ceilings yet. So not sure what it's going to come to, but at least we have a more realistic ballpark figure now. I'm gonna have to find some money somewhere. Well, even what I said, as we progress hopefully in a couple of videos time, we will be able to finalize our actual complete painting figure of the internal walls and the ceilings. We are still sampling at the moment. We've painted a couple of colors, a color on the wall and a color on the internal pillar. And as we said, it's always good to sample. We like it, but it's not quite there, so we have to go to another Coral again, or maybe try and get their PDF. Looking at colors on a phone or an image it doesn't always give you the true effect. If you know about lighting, you know about color rendering, and color rendering is an index. It's abbreviated RA, and it's about the effect of lighting on colors, how the lighting can bring out the actual color of the actual real color. So we need to really go there and see the colors for ourselves, bring another set of samples to our house, paint it on the wall, paint it on the pillar, and be happy that we're happy with the samples, happy with the contrast before we bulk buy the paint. Wow. So nothing is let's say straightforward. Nothing is very, very quick. We have to go through the painstaking process, because it's a house you're going to live in for a long time, forever and ever, let's say. So you go through the pain once, and then you live in your paradise forever. So that is the advice to give there. Somebody asked me about how do I determine whether I have a reasonable or a labor cost and I'm not being ripped off. The only way I do that is to get at least 3 other artisans quoting for the same job. So in the terms of the painting, I have somebody quoting me 5,000 Ghana cedis for the internal labor, another one quoting me 4,500 Ghana cedis, and another one quoting me 3,500 Ghana cedis. So generally all okay, around the same ballpark. How will I decide? Well, I'll speak to all of them, trying to see if they, who knows what they're doing, who doesn't know what they're doing. I know I want emulsion paint inside. I've disqualified one of them already, because he came back saying oil paint, use oil paint inside, and all sorts of nonsense, really. So he's disqualified. He was the one at the 5,000 Ghana cedis, so he's disqualified. I'm now need to consider the one who's at 4,500 and the one who's at 3,500 Ghana cedis as labor. If I have time, I'll go and inspect their work, speak to guys who I know they've painted for before, and then really speak to, we will make our family decision, and we'll go from there. So that's what I do. It's a process of elimination. I don't have any other guides. Just get 2 or 3, ideally 3. 3 is a good number, and then compare the labor quotes yourself, and try to look at their work if you have any reference for their work, and then hopefully you'll be all right. All right, well, thanks for listening. That was a brief video for you guys. As usual, please like, share, subscribe, hit that notification button so you always be aware when Asher and Gad upload an educational video for your viewing pleasure. It's only me today, so I'm going to say Kemesia on behalf of Crystal. And for me, guys, Yebeshia. See you next time.